Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. I would firstly like to thank my father's party, JKLF, and to all the Kashmiri leaders, esteemed dignitaries, and to all the media personnel for coming here today from my father. I will give a short speech about my father today. My father, Muhammad Yasin Malik, has sacrificed his entire life, his health, his family's wealth, everything for the cause of Kashmir. And he is still enduring strongly. And he's been enduring for years now, several years. And for this reason, and for talking about Kashmir's peace, for this reason only, has India arrested him. I'm not here only to talk about my father. I'm here to talk for the rights of all Kashmiris. And I'm here to talk about all Kashmiris who had their freedom snatched from them by Indian forces. My entire family has suffered for years. My father has suffered, my mother has suffered, I've suffered. I've not met my father for 11 years or talked to him on the phone for 6 years. I cannot stand idly watching my father suffer. I cannot stand idly watching Kashmiris suffer. I will speak for them. I will speak for my father. Saving my father is not just saving one man. It's saving the hope for peace in Kashmir and for peace in this entire region. The world needs to act before it's too late. Otherwise, anything can happen if something happens to my father, because he's the only chance of freedom. And inshallah.
उधर इधर ये माइक पड़ी इधर ठीक है आ जाए कम ऑन कोई नहीं प्लीज
रज़िया आ जाओ
बेटा
औज़ुबिल्लाहि मिनश्शैतानिर्रजीम बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। सबसे पहले तो JKLF तहसीलदार साहब, सलीम हारून साहब, ख्वाजा साहब, जितनी भी सीनियर लीडरशिप है यहाँ पे, जो यंगस्टर्स भी हैं JKLF के, बड़ी अच्छी उनकी स्पीचेस थी। और जो सीनियर लीडरशिप है APHC की और जो आज़ाद कश्मीर की भी लीडरशिप है, सारी सीनियर लीडरशिप, और हामिद मीर साहब, अब्दुल भट्ट साहब, अनीस साहब, और जितने भी यहाँ पे लोग आए हुए हैं, फैज़ नक्शबंदी साहब और जमात इस्लामी के काजी साहब, सब बहुत मैं शुक्रगुज़ार हूँ अपनी तरफ से, अपनी बेटी की तरफ से और मीडिया की भी, कि आप मेरे हस्बैंड और रज़िया के पापा के लिए आप सब लोग यहाँ पर आए हैं, और जो सब ने मिल के जिस तरह अपने सजेशंस भी दिए हैं, और बहुत ही कंस्ट्रक्टिव सजेशंस हैं। और अब बहुत वक्त जो है, मैं समझती हूँ कि हिस्ट्री याद रखेगी ये जो 11 अगस्त के बाद उन्होंने जो 4 हफ्ते दिए हैं यासीन साहब के लिए कि उस पर वो जवाब दें, और उसके बाद जब 10 नवंबर को उन्होंने फिर यकतरफा जो चांसेस लग रहे हैं कि उनके ख़िलाफ़ कोई प्रोसीडिंग्स वो चलाएंगे, और उनको फ़िज़िकली भी नहीं प्रोड्यूस किया जाता, ना उनको मतलब बोलने की इजाज़त दी जाती है, और अक्सर वो भूख हड़ताल पे चले जाते हैं। स्पेशली जब जम्मू के केस में कोर्ट ने भी कहा कि उनको वहाँ पे फ़िज़िकली प्रोड्यूस किया जाए, मगर फिर भी NIA ने और गवर्नमेंट ने उनको इजाज़त नहीं दी। और बहुत दफ़ा इन जो ईयर्स में, जो स्पेशली जब से उनको तिहाड़ जेल में रखा है इन 6 सालों के अंदर, उनको काफ़ी फ़िज़िकल और मेंटल टॉर्चर से भी बहुत गुजरे हैं, और पहले से भी उनके हेल्थ इश्यूज़ हैं। बल्कि मुझे अच्छी तरह याद है कि मतलब जब शादी भी हुई थी उस वक्त भी उनकी जो है एक कान की हेयरिंग का बहुत इशू था, और अब उनको मेटालिक हार्ट वाल्व था, और उस वक्त मुझे याद है डॉक्टर उपिंदर कोल ने बताया था कि इनका ये कुछ अर्से के बाद, शादी के कुछ सालों के बाद, इनका मेटालिक हार्ट वाल्व जो है वो चेंज हो जाएगा। तो वो अब 5 ईयर्स से उनका हार्ट वाल्व भी जो है वो एक्सपायर्ड है, और उनकी जो हालत है आपके सामने, मौजज़ाती तौर पे उनका हार्ट भी इस वक्त चल रहा है, और उनको किडनी की भी एलिमेंट्स हैं, उनकी बहुत सी जो जिस तरीके से उनको एक अगले जो मंथ्स के अंदर जो रिपोर्ट्स आ रही हैं कि इलेक्शंस भी हैं नवंबर के अंदर इंडिया में, और मार्का हक के बाद भी उनको जो एक अपनी पब्लिक में भी जो एक एम्बैरसमेंट आई है, और फिर उसके साथ साथ आरएसएस के भी ऑलमोस्ट 100 इयर्स होने वाले हैं, उसकी भी सेलिब्रेशंस हैं, उसके हवाले से भी वो एक स्केप कोट के तौर पे यासीन साहब को जो है वो कुर्बान करना चाहते हैं ताकि उनकी पॉपुलैरिटी बढ़े, उनको सैक्रिफाइस किया जाए। तो ये बहुत सी ऐसी चीज़ें, और हमें ये नहीं भूलना चाहिए कि जी इंडिया कुछ कर नहीं सकता मोदी के अंडर, बिकॉज वट एवर मोदी से, चाहे उसकी इलेक्शन कैंपेन जितने भी, इसकी 3rd टर्म है, एब्रिगेशन ऑफ आर्टिकल 370, जितनी भी उसने चीज़ें कहीं, उसने उन पे, चाहे वो सच था झूठ था जो भी था, उस पर वो करता है, और एक इलेक्शन के पीछे वो न्यूक्लियर कोड्स भी एक्सचेंज हो जाते हैं। जब पुलवामा का टाइम आया, फिर पहलगाम का आया, तो जंगें हो जाती हैं। और मुझे अच्छी तरह याद है कि जब इनका टर्म आ रही थी प्राइम मिनिस्टर की 2024 के अंदर, उस वक्त भी कश्मीर फाइल्स मूवी जो इन्होंने एक लॉन्च की पूरे इंडिया में, और कोशिश की उसको यासीन साहब के साथ लिंक करने की। तो यासीन साहब इज चेयरमैन ऑफ JKLF, ही इज वर्ल्ड renowned leader and a symbol of peace for the world, and probably he's the only man in the world right now, I mean even if you compare him with Nelson Mandela, Martin Luther King, Che Guevara, any world leader, even Gandhi or Jinnah, that no one has faced so much torture for leading the peaceful resistance movement of the people. And I also would like to blame the international establishment right now for completely ditching my husband. He was convinced by the international establishment, world bodies, to give up on the armed struggle and follow the peaceful path. And when he did that in the early 90s, he faced the worst form of torture from the Indian state. And what is his crime? His crime, which a child can tell you, any simple person on the road, that he wants a peaceful solution, he wants freedom for the Kashmiris. Yet the world is conveniently ignoring. I've been writing letters to a lot of world bodies, United Nations, all of you have been. Gilani Saab is probably the only man who we can say who is an expert internationally for the Kashmiris, knowing the United Nations mechanism. Kashmiris have been approaching, but unless and until the world doesn't realize the importance of what Yasin Malik symbolizes, not as Mashal's husband or Razia's father or chairman of JKLF, or who spearheaded the armed struggle and renounced it and became the Gandhi of that movement, but he is also the symbol of this region's peace. You have a lot of investments happening from China in this region. America wants to invest here. The neighboring countries, everybody is affected by this chronic nature of dependency of this issue. And if, God forbid, my husband is hanged, God forbid, Hamid Mir Saab is a dear friend of my husband, he knows. You all know the pulse of the Kashmiri people. And as Sage Saab also mentioned, that people are very angry. They don't know what to do. The youth is talking here that if the last symbol, a man who started the armed struggle and then became the non-violent face of the movement when the world convinced him, right now if he gets hanged, then what message are we giving to this future generation? That peaceful voices, the peaceful political voices of Kashmir are not acceptable? Then you can tell them. They'll become suicide bombers if they don't have weapons. I keep telling the world, give peace a chance, and the key to peace of this region lies with the Kashmiri representatives. And the main focus person is Yasin Malik. If anything happens right now, I'm getting a lot of messages from youth, not just from Azad Kashmir or from Indian occupied Kashmir or from the world over. They're like, what do we do then? That means the world doesn't want to listen to the democratic voices. So we have to save them for the region's peace, for the region's economy, for the global economies and global peace. So it's interlinked, and especially after what happened in Pahalgam, if this kind of incident had happened somewhere in India or in Pakistan somewhere, or even in any other country of the world, capital, do you think two countries would come so close to a nuclear exchange? No. It happened in Kashmir, on that soil, when this terrorist activity happened, that the entire region's peace was engulfed. The man is a miracle. He's still alive, my husband. He's breathing. And as long as he's breathing, he is the biggest asset for peace for the world. We just have around, 2 weeks left. for the response. I don't know how he can manage to give that response. Will he be allowed to give that response? Will he be given a fair trial? Absolutely not. Because the kind of decisions that they've made against him, all those unilateral decisions, even when they produce him online, they put him on mute. Imran Khan, his wife, they meet their family sometimes. Nelson Mandela used to meet his wife. Zulfikar Ali Bhutto used to meet his wife and his daughter. Like leaders all over the world, they have lawyers. They're produced when they have to speak for themselves. You know, even he's not even allowed to come forward and speak on his own behalf. So what do we expect? Because this is a kangaroo court, anything can happen in the next 1.5 months with my husband, and that will not be a personal loss for our family or for the Kashmiri nations. The region will be orphaned from a very powerful, peaceful voice for making this region prosper. Thank you very much. Razia needs to say a few words about her father, and please, beta idhar aa jao.